And this is the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show. 2 down, 2 to go. Thanks to Panarin's prowess and another Shesterkin shutout, the Rangers are halfway to a devilish domination. Igor Shesterkin with another shutout. 27 saves on Tuesday, 16 more tonight. The first Ranger with back-to-back blankings since Antti Raanta back in 2016, and the first Ranger goalie to shut out the same team in consecutive games in 66 years since Gump Worsley did it to the Boston Bruins. Quite a 2 nights for Igor Shesterkin and the Rangers as we welcome you into the Delta MSG studios. John Giannone and Steve Valiquette. You used the term killer instinct in the pregame show tonight. You said you wanted to see that from the Rangers. It was clinical from start to finish. Devils really didn't have much of a game or much of a chance.
No, you're right. Look, they had such a great start, and you were looking for that. You were looking for signs of maturity, and clinical or surgical was the first period and how they operated. Then they were able to have some fun the rest of the game, and you could see that. Now you just don't want that attitude to slide into Saturday's game. You've got to park this one. The Devils were easy to play against in this game, to be fair, too. I mean, the slot was wide open. It was easy to go east to west on them. I'm sure they'll play harder because they're going to get an earful for their effort. But the Rangers were awesome. Panarin, are you kidding me with this guy? I mean, every night. But it's nice because when people say you want your best players to step up and be your best players, it's nice from a deep down care factor that these guys want to do it, and the big boys stepped up to get it done.
And the story to Igor Shesterkin, you know, he's 16 saves, benefits from 20 block shots from the Rangers. The other night you said probably the 10-minute mark of the third period you start thinking shutout. He gets his first shutout the other night. When did he start thinking shutout tonight? Drop of the puck?
Well, there was also a lot of time to think about it too. And then look, to be fair, I mean, that's a hard game to play when you're not getting a lot of action. Shesterkin has to keep his mind in it. And one thing we say to ourselves, and there's a lot of time to sit there in your crease and talk to yourself, it's really what you say to yourself. And I'm sure he was saying to himself, don't let my guard down, you know, keep my guard up, because at any moment he's got to stop a breakaway by Hughes in the second. Then he's got a rebound sequence. He had, I want to say, 4 or 5 difficult sequences at net that he was prepared for, but you could see that he was still engaged mentally, so good on him for just to be able to handle that.
Yeah, prepared and engaged mentally. You could say that about the Rangers in front of Shesterkin because less than a minute in, the Rangers took the lead. It was a defensive defenseman scoring on the end of the very first shift of the night.
Yeah, the one thing that I saw was the Devils were just running out of position, and on 2 of the goals, 5 of their guys were below the hash. On 1 of the goals, 4 of their guys were on the other side of the ice, and that's why the D were able to join. Every goal started in their own zone, though, and they came out of their own zone with a lot of speed. Now, here's what Panarin does, right? 1 guy cannot stretch 2 of yours. That's a coach's rule. So 2 Devils run out of position. The net is vacated for a split second by all of the players, and then you're able to get there with room. Smart time not to pass back towards the net, but away from the net, because the Devils have 5 guys trapped. 2 of their guys try to play goalie in front of their goalie. Their goalie can't see it. And that was a common theme in the game as well, because as we get going here, you're going to see the other goals that were scored. Their D are right in front. All you have to do is get it past that first layer, and you're going to get a quality chance against the Devils right now.
So first goal in 15 games there for Jacob Trouba. First goal of the night for the Rangers. And the defensive defenseman theme was not done because a little more than 6 minutes later, a guy who had not scored since November of 2019, and that was his only NHL goal. 1 goal in 107 games. Good on Ryan Lindgren for scoring tonight.
Good on you for calling it before the game, John. You can take a bow for that one.
Complete luck.
No. He's been coming.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets his scoring chances. It was a matter of time for Ryan Lindgren. He had so much value in the D zone. It's just nice to see these guys get rewarded, but it's the same idea. Starts in their own zone. Look who's taking it. The transporter, Panarin, moves it up to speed, Blackwell. And the Rangers now get the puck on the other side of the ice. Same idea, though. You're going to see the Devils get caught on one side of the ice. Panarin, one of the top players in the league, left all alone. And then Lindgren's able to step into it. Devils again screening their goaltender off the release. Helps the chances of Lindgren to score. And look, these are clips that they're not even teachable clips because it's what not to do in your D-zone clips. So I think the Devils are going to hear it, and this is going to be a different opponent on Saturday if they're able to correct what they do see on the goals the Rangers did score.
So on Tuesday night, it was a 1-0 game with less than 10 minutes left in the third period. The game really, from a Ranger standpoint, called for some oxygen, little breathing room, and Artemi Panarin provided that. Yeah. Boy, did he do it again tonight. About 5 minutes after Lindgren scores, Artemi Panarin took over. The final 2 goals of the night, he scored, one better than the next.
Yeah, and again, back to being the transporter that he is. I mean, this is why the Rangers signed him, too. You get the assist, you get the goals, but you also get a guy that's able to bring the puck from one end of the ice all the way to the other all the time. And he does it so swiftly with speed. He gets open on this one for Strome. There's a back off by the defenseman early, so the pass before the stick is open comes to a complete stop and isn't even able to get this thing off before Blackwood starts his push. So it's one where you're looking at the opponent a little bit. We know we can beat them off the rush. You're looking at the goaltender, and you know you can beat him off that east to west play from your pre-scout. Panarin again on an entry. Good play here. Patience. East to west early. Blackwell consistently getting the puck in the direction towards the net. Strome's picking this up. Again, you're going to see all of the Devils, goaltender down, eyeballs on Strome, nobody's on Panarin. And you're looking again and you're saying, my God, I mean, everybody looks like they're standing around out there. And again, not a great night for the Devils. But the Rangers were strong in every facet until they were able to have some fun in the third period.
15 goals and now a team-high 45 points for Artemi Panarin. He was the number 1 star. Shesterkin with his second shutout, the number 2 star. And the number 3 star, deservedly, Colin Blackwell. Team-high 3 assists on the night. His first 3-point game in his NHL career. Talked about the win afterward with our Michelle Gingras.
Colin, lots to like in that 4-0 win. Back-to-back shutouts for Igor Shesterkin. How do you assess your team's play tonight?
Yeah, Igor has been great for us. Our goaltending's been great recently, him and Georgie, but he really kept us in that game. I think they had a couple chances, a couple flurries where they kind of pressed the ice towards us, and he made some big saves that kind of tilt the ice, but I thought we had a really good team win. A lot of guys blocking shots for Igor back there, especially in the third period, and I think we just did the little things right, supported one another, and we were successful.
You were on the ice for all 4 goals. I'm not going to ask you to describe each one, but what led to so much consistency offensively tonight for your team?
Yeah, I think me, Stromer, and Brett are kind of pretty familiar with each other now, so I think it's just kind of sticking to the game plan and what's been successful so far against these guys. And there's some film from the last couple of games against them, and I really think that we just supported the puck really well tonight. Obviously, you just kind of do the little things and do the right things and go to the right areas, and you get rewarded for it. And that's kind of how I thought all 4 lines and all the D played tonight, and kind of up and down through the lineup, we did a really good job.
Speaking of getting rewarded for it, each of the 6 defensemen have scored a goal in your last 6 games. As you guys are looking for ways to find wins down the stretch, how critical is that secondary scoring? Huge.
I mean, I think anytime we can get some production from the blue line, whether it goes in or not, when they're firing shots at the net, it just generates more offense. So I think good things happen from that, and coaches have been preaching just getting pucks to the net and kind of getting traffic and go to the right areas, and you get rewarded, and you see some guys getting some rebounds. I think one of the goals that we scored, I broke my stick, and I just tried to throw a puck on net, and just a couple lucky bounces from doing the right thing goes a long way. But Libor, Smitty, Lindy and Troubs had goals tonight. Foxy's been lights out for us the whole entire year. And then, Keandre's been, huge for us too. So those D have been great. And when they're producing, really good things happen. It kind of gets our team going.
A career high 3 assists on the night for you. Enjoy this win tonight, Colin.
Thanks for having me.
Colin Blackwell now 10 points in his last 10 games. Takes a bow, 3rd star of the night, the definition of a team player. Plenty more to come on the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show. More reaction, head coach as well, and Bill Peto's coming up in a bit.